making his way to the ring from the 619, San Diego, California, making his first appearance in ICW. This is Rey Mysterio!
There's Mysterio, ladies and gentlemen, making Kenny Williams wait.
But he is going to be worth the wait.
He certainly is, ladies and gentlemen. This man, an icon of professional wrestling, and one that can still go. Mysterio seemingly ageless. Listen to this ovation. Soaking up the adulations of these fans. Every single ticket buying customer of Fear and Loathing knows what this man has accomplished. The pioneer of cruiserweights and the modern division, who opened the door for the way we look at wrestlers. Kenny Williams, very rarely, ladies and gentlemen, does this happen, is the taller of the two men. Mysterio 5'6", Kenny Williams just a hair over 5'11". Okay, have the hours of preparation is what it comes down to. Kenny Williams needs to take stock. You called him Mr. Fear and Loathing. He needs to remember that. He needs to remember to show Kenny Williams why he is the bollocks. Now is not the time to fumble. Now is not the time to think of those moments where he sat in awe of Rey Mysterio. He needs to be focused. He can't fumble this like a teenager with a bra. He needs to be completely targeted on Rey Mysterio. A handshake of respect, that's great to see. But we know that won't last long. Mysterio is taking his time. This is a man that has main evented WrestleMania.
For any of our foreign fans, 0141, the dialing code of Glasgow.
619. You know the dueling chance here. Kenny relishing this opportunity, but he can't get caught up because he's in there with a man with perhaps the most extraordinary pedigree.
Oh, look at the pace of Mysterio.
Hasn't missed an inch, look at this. Mysterio, of course, he's been wrestling for our friends over in Lucha Underground. Big arm drag, taking him over there. Oh, look at that, just took him down with a shoulder block right to the hip. Oh, big elbow right to the gut. Rolling straight through. Getting some separation. Nearly got Kenny in the 619. I don't think Kenny knows where he is. Oh, he got caught again. Perhaps learning for that warning shot that El Ligero, who has wrestled Rey Mysterio. It's not going to be an easy night at the office. From perhaps the true king of the cruiserweights. Oh, big hold forearm, but this is a man, ladies and gentlemen, that has traded in there. He's been in there with some of the biggest names, Triple H. He's been in there with Alberto Del Padron, or whatever we want to call him these days. Off ropes.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful Hurricanrana.
Snap, man, it's unbelievable to see this. It's almost like a snapshot back to 2000s. Here comes Mysterio, baseball slide straight to a slap. Unorthodox, but it shows you that this icon is going to keep reinventing himself. Mysterio, of course, who has continued to wrestle a full and frank schedule of those beautiful leg drop. 1, 2.
And we know from Mysterio's exploits in the mid-90s in ECW, he is very, very comfortable in a no-holds-barred environment.
Well, certainly, of course, everyone remembers those matches between himself and Psychosis that reinvented the way we look at wrestling.
Oh, what a kick.
Blasting him with that kick there. Off the ropes, caught with a between the heels, Hurricane. No, just blasting him straight off. Because Kenny Williams, you want to think that Rey Mysterio was started footage. Springboard back elbow, nails Mysterio.
If he was studying footage, you would have seen that back elbow many, many times.
That is perhaps the first big, high-impact striking offense. And that is what Mysterio needs to be aware of, is that new element to Kenny Williams' offense. Blasting right between the eyes. With that baseball tope. I think Kenny's going to fly. Didn't get all of it though. You saw that Mysterio managed to anchor himself. And I think Kenny might hurt himself a little bit.
He seems to be moving okay. Calling for that top rope.
And Kenny is going to have to add new elements to his arsenal. We saw little bits of that in his match last night with El Ligero.
Back elbow.
Nails him with it.
And it was on point.
Right in the heart. One, hooks the leg. No.
And Billy, in the lead up to this match, Kenny was talking about what this meant to him. He literally played with action figures of Rey Mysterio as a child. This is one of his absolute heroes in wrestling.
And we'll go again, sorry, with the tail of the tape. Just think about the names that Rey Mysterio has been in there. But Kenny Williams is no slouch. A boundless talent has Kenny Williams.
Oh, what a kick.
Oh, right at the crown of the head. Really rattled Kenny. See Mysterio actually shaking those feet. Well, that's interesting. It's not much that we see Mysterio actually utilising those kicks to the thighs and the shins.
Well, it's something we've seen a bit later on in his career as he's maybe toned down his high flying just
Coming
a little
right
bit.
Oh, rolling straight through. He's got him in tight.
But Mysterio's become a very, very adept striker.
Yeah, he's going to have to be reminiscent of his uncle. Kenny Williams has been in there with the likes of Ricochet, Lionheart, Zach Gibson. Won that ladder match from last year.
Could be going for a superplex.
From a long, long way up. And look at this. Mysterio fighting. Jay Pepper in that midsection with punches, with chops. Here we go! Mysterio, though, like I say, has been wrestling around the world. He's been back wrestling in AAA, Lucha Underground. Oh, look at that. Nailed him.
Seated senton.
Off the ropes again. Kenny Williams with a high sunset flip. Mysterio just followed it straight and blasted his man with his survive. I think Kenny's out. 1, 2, it's over. And Mysterio and his ICW debut. Just imagine what a win can do here. How could they look past? How could Mark Dallas look beyond perhaps awarding Rey Mysterio maybe a 0G, maybe a world title shot, maybe an undisputed title shot?
But I just see Mysterio favouring that left leg a little bit. You see him hobbling.
He absolutely blasted Kenny Williams with a kick, but kicked him so hard you can see him trying to shake the blood to feel him back into that foot.
Then missing that charge in the corner. Just Mysterio being a little bit rash at the moment.
He's going to go for a top rope cliff buster.
He took too long. Oh, no way.
Get your phones out, ladies and gentlemen. Rotary dial R3G 0141 on the way. No. Missile drop kick right between the shoulder blades. This is how it's done, kid. The 619.
And is Mysterio going to drop the dime? Frog splash!
Frog splash!
But Williams
has rolled him over 2! He got him!
Ladies and gentlemen,
wow!
here's your winner, Kenny Williams!
Mysterio had it beat! But Kenny Williams having the gumption as he blasted him with that frog splash off the top rope. Kenny Williams just hooked the head, rolled him over. His body ravaged with pain, his guts mangled.
Well, that was brilliant from Kenny Williams in the opening match. Red light to be referenced. Could have been a slight bounce in the ring. When Mysterio hit him, he bounced up, and Williams used that momentum to roll him over and jackknife him for the pin. What an amazing move by Kenny Williams.
Mysterio can't believe it, we can't believe it. But I guess, well, you know something? The king of the cruiserweights, the pioneer, has just met the bollocks. It takes a big man, and that's why he is a 20-year veteran, ladies and gentlemen. Gracious in defeat. Well, Mr. Grange, I could have watched that all night long.
Oh, certainly, but Kenny Williams now 4-0 at Fear and Loathing.
Mr. Fear and Loathing, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it right here. The streak's alive. I still don't think Mysterio can quite believe it.
I don't think many people here can believe it. It was so sudden, it was so fast.
He's going to go back to San Diego, California. And you know something, there's a lot of excellent wrestlers, cruiserweights out of that area. He's going to tell the tale of the man from the future, the bollocks, Kenny Williams. Stay lucky, stay hungry. Perhaps he was lucky tonight, but whatever way you dial it, it goes to 0141, and the man answering could be that man, the future of ICW, Kenny Williams. What a night it's already been. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Billy Kirkwood here with William Grange. We are into Fear and Loathing 10, a match 10 a night, 10 years in the making.
Heavyweight knockout kings, coming from the bell and the diamond ring. On his desk, taking on the best. Body shaking for a scorpion sting. Now when the sun goes down, we can go 12 rounds. I'ma beat you down to the ground. At the end of the day, you scream